We're going to explain how to delete multiple rows in Excel. There are several ways to do this, depending on how you've selected the rows you want to remove. 1. Deleting contiguous rows. If the rows you want to delete are next to each other, this is the easiest method. First, select the rows by clicking the row number on the left-hand side of the spreadsheet. Click the first row number, then hold down the Shift key and click the last row number to select all the rows in between. Alternatively, you can click the first row number and then drag your mouse down to the last row to select them. Once selected, right-click on any of the selected row numbers and choose Delete from the context menu. Excel will remove the selected rows, shifting the remaining rows upwards to fill the gap. 2. Deleting non-contiguous rows. If the rows aren't next to each other, you need a slightly different approach. Click the row number of the first row you want to delete, then hold down the Control key or Command key on a Mac, and click on the row numbers of all the other rows you wish to remove. Once you have all the rows selected, right-click on any of the selected row numbers and choose Delete. Excel will remove all the selected rows regardless of their positions. Remember to use the Control or Command key to select each row individually. 3. Deleting rows based on a condition, using filters. This is useful for deleting large numbers of rows that meet specific criteria. For example, let's say you want to delete all rows where a specific column contains the value error. First, select the header row of your spreadsheet. Go to the Data tab and click on Filter. This will add drop-down arrows to each header column. Click the drop-down arrow of the column containing error. Uncheck the box next to Select All, then select only the error values. Click OK. Now only the rows with error in that column will be visible. Select all visible rows. You can do this easily by selecting the top row number and dragging downwards, and then right-click and choose Delete. Remember to turn off the filter afterward by clicking the filter arrows again and selecting Select All. 4. Using VBA for advanced users. For those comfortable with VBA, Visual Basic for Applications, you can write a macro to delete rows based on complex criteria or automate the process for repeated tasks. This is beyond the scope of a basic explanation, but you can find many resources online to help you learn how to program Excel macros. This method gives you immense power and flexibility in deleting rows, particularly if you have large or complex spreadsheets and need to delete based on complicated rules. A basic VBA example might involve looping through rows and checking cell values, then using the rows delete method to remove unwanted rows. Searching VBA delete Excel rows will provide plenty of examples. These methods cover most common scenarios for deleting multiple rows in Excel. Remember to always save your workbook before performing any bulk delete operations, just in case you need to undo your changes.